begin indeed. Hello people, Jerry speaking. Welcome to Crazy Bunch Web Show, episode number 121. Today we got not one but two dev topics today. There's not much dev topics we have this week. Originally we were going to do this one other topic that regards to the CBS News. Dev topic, we gotta disregard that, unfortunately. And we got a news report on Cracker Barrel. So let's read it out and show it. So we got for us. Let's start with Floyd Levane. Born that name, he was an American actor known for his appearance in numerous television shows and films. Born February 23rd, 1942 in New York City. He played Dr. Ralph Harris in 1978 film Blood Brothers. He also played General Duncan in 1988 film Brought Missing Action Free and Lauren Mellon in the same year film Angel Free, the final chapter. He guest starred in numerous television programs including Quincy M.E., Hill Street Blues, Heart to Heart, Charlie's Angels, The Love Boat, Police Squad, Freeze Comedy, The A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard, something like that, Head of the Class, Columbo, and Archie Bunker's Place. He also appeared in a few episodes of Casey and Nancy, Mammal, Crazy Like a Fox, Cousin Seeker, and finally, Seeker I pronounce it, anyway, and finally, Alice. He died in Los Angeles on August 24th, 2025, which is last Sunday. He was 93 years old. Last step topic has to do with Mort Todd. Born Michael John Deli from Maine, he was professionally known as Mort Todd. He was a American writer and media businessman. Best known as the editor-in-chief of Crap Magazine, later Modern Music, okay? He was owner of Comic Fix, a media company that developed licensed properties as a writer, artist, and editor, or something like that. Anyway, Todd worked with several comic book companies, contributed to characters including Superman and Spider-Man, and licensed properties such as Barbie and Looney Tunes. His illustrations appear on CD covers, magazines, newspapers, and print advertisements. Anyway, he was born on November 9th, 1961, raised in the state of Maine, where he showed a keen interest in all media. Wow, okay. As a youth, he started drawing and writing comics and was editor of the camp newspaper. In high school, he drew advertisements and record covers like that for local clubs and bands, and created the Step Players logo, still being used in the late Dead Boys soul career or something like that. Anyways, as a teen, he moved to New York City and began creating Back to the Grave garage punk album covers for the Cribs Records. He recreated the first cover of the new album for the John Sisters Blues Explosion album. New album, anyway. With Daniel Close, Pete Frederick, and Rick Arngrot, something like that. Anyways, Mort Todd concentrated stories and artists of psycho comics like that. He sold his first screenplay for the TV pilot called The Ultimate to the German production company while still a teenager. The pilot was produced but never distributed. It stars as young Close and as a teen rock and roll superhero. Moore also wrote and penciled some stories for Close, Lloyd, I pronounce his last name, sorry, series from the Frank Graphics, while he was started freelancing from DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Kitchen Sink, Modern Fast, and many other smaller publishers. Anyway, from 1983 to 1996, he illustrated all 9 original volumes of Back in the Grave Crib Records, like that. A combination series of Auburn's punk rock from the 60s, like that. The original art for the cover of Volume 1 is on the permanent display at the Colorado University Park Archive collection. In 1985, Todd became editor-in-chief of Crack magazine. There he signed artist Don Martin. After a 32-year career at Mad magazine, Todd also published some of the earliest mainstream work on autograph, Claws, and Peter Get Baggies like that. For gold competitions, Todd created the comics magazine Monsters Attack, which features horror comics like that and articles about movies. It ran 5 issues, September 1989 to December 1990, with Todd involved with the first 4 tours. Anyway, Todd launched the print AAA, which is published first authorized collection of billboards, pin up WOW, War of War for short. Anyway, AAA also published a big humor comic called Pivotal with stories by writer George Glayer. Marvel Comics. Gotta scroll up a little bit, scroll down a little bit. Anyway, 1994. Anyway, Todd launched a line of music comics and called Marvel Music at Marvel Comics like that. Working with such artists as Kiss, Rob Zombie, Rolling Stones, KRS-One, the United States of Elvis Presley, and Bob Marley. Anyway, and the United States of Elvis Presley and Bob Marley. Anyway, and some of the talent working on the books include, my favorite name, special Spanish. Anyway, move on. Anyway, included Neil Gaiman, Kyle Baker, Dan Barry, Sherian, Cohen, and Morrow. Marvel, Todd also edited a series of pre-comics called Horror and Giant Monster Reprints. She covers the weird and monster men's and developed the oversized comic book by Ren Stimpy Queer, John Krasinski. Anyway, that was it. 2005, Todd rejoined Crack magazine, this time as a contributing editor, but left after several months. Todd worked on illustrator for the new Tales of Chris comic series. Completed the new comic book featuring Lucy Hale, Devil Girl, The Secret Society, the French-English language, Mr. Crime, the last written by Myris of Pop's, Gina, Inventory Dolls, and that. With his longtime collaborator Cliff Mott, Todd directed the free animated cartoons of Playboy, film and television. He also storyboard commercials and produced animation for Walt Disney, Sesame Street, CBS, MTV, and Comcast, including an animated television pilot featuring Christopher Walken. He is also an assistant director of the live-action film Distraction, directing his first full live-action short, a gangster comedy called A Change of Heart. He was the producer of the Dalbosky Super Criminal documentary, which had its world premiere in Italy at the Ravenna Nightmare Film Festival in November 2007, and its U.S. premiere at San Diego Comic-Con in July 2009. The film was awarded a special mention to the commission in November 2011 won the Golden Lobster Award, the Directors Awards, anyway, at the Portland, Maine Film Festival. Wow. He also directed music videos for cartoonist Peter Baggy's Seattle's band Can You Imagine? The Pathology Man, Psycho Charger, Spanish Help Me Devil, as well as the animated VTs with the animated Sandex Strip and Kill web series. He's also provided animation for the documentary Iris and the Twist, directed by Bobby Sheehan. Comics and Station A. Anyways, first work with Todd's media comedy Comic Fix, with a trio of comic strips appearing in the New York Post, starting 2000. Speed Racer, written, directed by, drawn by Mort. Anyway, so the Bob Facts by Mort and John Servant and something like that. an interactive soap opera comic, Molly the Mall by Mort. Squid Mort, some of that, and Pat Reed, some of that. His illustrations appear on CD covers, magazines, newspapers, and print advertisements. Other works include the comic booklet and Warmer Battle Rare DVD. The Dead One, aka El Maritals, with that. A CD cover for John Spencer Blues Explosion. An European tour poster for videos with his band with Matt Van Ray, Heavy Trash, and Comics also published the free issue run of Holy Chair by Jason Crassi and Phil Hesser. That was started in Image Comics, but was never completed there. In 2011, late 2011, something like that, John started Station A, a media company in Portland, Maine, that creates that print advertising comics, as well as in live action TV commercial directed for Nosh Kitchen Bar. That started a local controversy in the mention of vegans. Wow. And then an animated commercial for Taco Anniversary. Wow. In July 2012, Todd launched his weekly humor magazine, Vax. Wow, okay. April 1st, 2014, Todd prepares the Hawks was exposed to discovery with a group of 1950s horror comics and the Vicious Zeus comics. Wow. The following day, he announced the Hawks was more a publishing project. Wow. Beginning in 2014, Comics began publishing Corporation Herald. As more and more creators got involved, including some original Carson Comics veterans, the publication became a color comic and moved to the Carson Neo imprint, where Mort became publisher and editor-chief. Yeah, I have to close this up right now because this is already finished, okay? Ace Comics. In 2013, Todd relaunched Ace Comics, okay? And was publisher Ron Frant, who have also published in the line in the 1980s. Todd contributed to Ace in 1987, collaborated on the comic Return to Skyman with legendary illustrator Steve Ditko. First new Ace Comics release was Return of the Original Skyman pencil per follow, advertising the 25th anniversary collector's edition. It was unique in that original pencil pages are by Steve Ditko are printed next to the finished ink pages, embellished by Rick Olgott. The second title was Kill the Face, reprinted the revival of the golden age of comic books character, The Face. Wow. Which France released in the 80s. Was story by Joe Gill, art by Dilko, with a cover by Alice Tosh, as well as at the end of the book, Todd colored the collected issues, having been originally published in black and white. Another series being released by Ace is Classic Hot Rods and Racing Car Comics. Anyway, Racing Car Comics. Anyway. A reprint series including the original Carson Comics series, written drawn by Jack Keller. Todd passed away at his home in Portland, Maine, on August 24th, 2025. He was 63 years old. Now let's do a more besides regards to not one, but two depth topics right now. Thank you. Rest in peace, 2 people. Now, we got one more news topic to share with you, and that is Cracker Barrel. And I wasn't going to talk about it last week, but I couldn't, but I wish I could, but I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, it's about it, but I will say it today. It has to be, Cracker Barrel will go back to the old logo after controversial backlash. The country being restaurant chain reversed itself the day after it tried to reverse customers that the values didn't change the brain composition. Now, I looked it up on Wikipedia last week, and I thought it was good at first, but it was terrible at the time. It went from straight up at the time. It was terrible. But anyway, Uncle Herschel is returned to the Cracker Barrel chair. Now, after all outraged by controversies, who was accused by the country-themed restaurant chain of changing its value of going woke when it rolled out with a new logo. The company said first Tuesday, something like that was returned to its old branding. We thank our guests for sharing their voices and love the Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and our old-timer will remain. Good. You should learn your lesson. Cracker Barrel said on Facebook, okay? Anyway, Cracker Barrel, it's always been and always be about serving up delicious food. Welcomes the kind of country of hospitality that feels like family. The company said, as a proud American institution, our 70,000 hardworking employees look forward to welcoming you on our table soon. Good. Makes sense? Cracker Barrel has restaurants in 43 states. August 18th announced it was new all the more campaign logo change. We removed its old man perch on the chair, and the barrel were from Cracker Barrel signs. And it's terrible, you know? The new logo did not go over well in some spheres. And on social media, commercial critics accused the restaurant chain of embodying the traditional values and not being woke. President Trump, which I have to say that, shut up, weighed, yeah, my video is finally finished, okay. Weighed on the matter of earlier Tuesday, writing social media platform Truth Social, that the company should return the old logo. Exactly. And for Cracker Barrel announced the reversal on Tuesday, which is earlier this week, or that week. Trump said on the platform, "Congratulations, Cracker Barrel. Change your logo back where it was. All your fans very much appreciate it." Trump also wishes the company good luck. Anyways, Terry Baldwin, the Deputy White House Chief of Staff, claimed on X that he's spoken with the people at Cracker Barrel by phone on Tuesday, well, last Tuesday that is, about the issue and said this. They thanked President Trump for weighing in on the issue of their iconic original logo. Good. Cracker Barrel did not immediately respond to the request for comment about the White House call. Shares of Cracker Barrel jumped sharply Tuesday night after it announced the reversal. Since the debut of the new logo on August 18th, which is early this month, shares are down nearly 13%. Cracker Barrel tried to tamp down the controversy Monday, which is early last week. Anyway, by men we could have done a better job sharing who we are, we will always be. Initial responses that was value have not changed. The change is part of our strategy transformation started in 2024 to reverse the brand. CNBC reported the new logo was introduced. The company has said that as an invitation it could refresh the brand indefinitely and make changes in the menu. Other companies have been met up the right-wing outrage from advertising or business decisions, including what Bud Light has a brand constant partnership with transgender TikToker Dylan Mulvaney. That's our topics for today. And that was the Crazy Bunch Web Show episode number 121. Hope you enjoy and happy Labor Day. Stay tuned for the next one to be a brand new episode of Crazy Bunch Web Show. It's gonna be about I'm not sure what's gonna be as of yet. We'll see what happens. Until next time, So join us, my baby. With more Crazy Bunch Web Show episodes. We got episode say out. See ya.